welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do the mummy tag. Now I was nominated to do this by the lovely Claire Skellon. She's a mummy to a beautiful little girl called Quinn. So I'm going to put her channel in the description box below so you can go and check her out. But I've got a few questions to answer all about being a mummy. So I'm going to get started and answer them the best I can. Are you a stay-at-home mum or a working mum? I'm a bit of both. I'm a part-time working mum. I did used to have my own business. I was a newborn photographer, but as you know, babies don't come on time, and I found it so hard juggling when I could work around having a baby of my own. So I got so stressed and gave it all up. And then I actually started working for Craig's company, and I work 2 days a week in the office with his mum. Now some people might dread the thought of working with their mother-in-law, but my mother-in-law is lovely and it just works really well for us. I feel like I'm doing my little bit to help the company. Craig's mum and I can be flexible and help each other out, and I know the days that I'm working and I can just work around Ralph, and it just works really well, and it's a lovely family business. Next question, would I have it any other way? Would I want to give up work? Like, there are days when I think, oh, I just would love to stay at home with Ralph today, but I do enjoy working, I do like to learn, and yeah, I've always been one of those people that like to do something like that. So I probably would always want to work, but I love being a mummy, and Ralph's nearly 3 and I'm just getting so much from him at the minute, and I do want to spend like every minute of the day with him, but I only work 2 days a week, so I do get to spend the rest of the time with him. Do we co-sleep? No. This is something Craig felt really strongly about. I probably would have given in, but Craig was so worried about rolling on Ralph in the night when he was a little baby, or as Ralph got older, worried that he would get so used to being in our bed that he'd want to be in our bed like night after night after night. So we generally haven't co-slept. I'm not saying we've never done it. Like, when Ralph's been ill, I've got in the spare bed with him. I've not really stayed the whole night though. I've generally waited for him to fall asleep and then put him back in his own bed. Or Craig and I have taken it in turns and made a bed on Ralph's floor. So it's actually been a lot harder probably not co-sleeping for me and Craig, because we're the ones that had the disruptive night's sleep, but Ralph's had a good night's sleep because he's been in his own bed. And now he's transitioned to a big boy bed. It's actually made life so much easier for us because he's so used to being in his own bed that we don't have him wanting to get up all night long trying to get in with us. He wants to be in his own bed. So although not co-sleeping has actually been hard at times, it's really benefited us now. And Ralph will wake up about 6 o'clock and he'll come into us then, and we'll have like an hour's sort of sleepy morning cuddles with him. So we still get that sort of cuddly time with him, but it's just not through the night. So not co-sleeping has actually really benefited us and made bedtimes so much easier. I thought I'd come upstairs for this one because the next question is, what is your one must-have item for your baby? Now, when Ralph was a baby, he had this, I don't know, it was called a floppy larynx or something. It was like the muscles in his throat hadn't properly like developed and they weren't strong enough, so it always sounded like he'd stopped breathing. It was so scary, and Craig and I were constantly like, is he breathing, is he breathing? So our one must-have item was sense pads. I did quite a lot of research into what sense pads to get, and I know some of them come on like just one square sort of sense pad, but I've heard that if your baby kind of rolled off the pad and babies move in the night, the alarm would always go off, which obviously then you end up with a fright in the night. So I looked into these. Now these are by Baby Sense, and what I loved about them is that you get 2, and they can kind of go under your mattress and you can spread them out, so they're always covering the areas that your baby will be on. We have never ever had a false alarm with these. And then it also gets the clip-on bit, so you get a little clip that goes in there. You just attach the sense pads to it and you just literally turn it on and off as you need it. You don't need them linked to a monitor, because as long as you've got a baby monitor in the room, if they were ever going off, you're going to hear it through your monitor anyway. These were just the best thing we ever bought, and I don't think we would have got any sleep if we didn't have these. They just gave us so much peace of mind. And I think it was up to Craig. Ralph would have these under him till he was about 16. But obviously they're gone now and they're in the cupboard. But they were just brilliant, and they are definitely my one must-have item. How many kids would I like to have? I think realistically maybe 2. I've got a sister, 2 worked really well, but I really like the idea of 4. Sorry mum, 4 grandkids might scare you off, but I've just always loved that number. I love the idea of a big family. I've just loved being a mum, and I've always thought like Christmases and just that big family atmosphere. But 4 changes a lot. It'd probably change our home, what car we drive, how often we can go on holiday, how much I could actually help my kids for their future on getting a property or a car. So yeah, who knows? But I like the idea of it, but realistically, I don't know. So 2 or 4. Date nights and how many per week? If date nights class as a gin and tonic while we're both decorating the house, or Craig eating his dinner outside because he's been digging foundations and he's too dirty to come in while I eat inside the door, then we have date nights pretty much every night. No, realistically, we do not have that many date nights at the moment. We have been doing our house up for the last 1.5 years, and our evenings, weekends and money has just literally all gone into that. So there's not been a lot of date nights for us, but we do have a table now. We are quite civilised at dinner time, and throughout doing our house up, Craig and I have always tried to have dinner together, and we've always had that time to have a conversation and talk about our days and life and whatever's going on. So although we haven't had many date nights, we've been able to stay like quite close. So yeah, that's just how it is for us right now, but hopefully when the house is done, we'll get to have a lot more. What's my child's favourite show? Let's ask you. What do you like watching on the telly?
Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig. What's the one thing you bought before you had your baby that you never ended up using? I don't know. I never found out if Ralph was a boy or a girl, so I never really went out and bought loads of stuff before he arrived. Annie arrived 2 weeks early. We were totally unorganised. We were just finishing up doing up our old house, and it was all a little bit crazy when he arrived. So I never really overbought stuff, and I used everything that I did buy. The only thing that I did change not long after I had him was that I tried breastfeeding, ended up having to go onto bottles, and I bought a set of bottles, but I had to change them to the Dr. Brown ones, and I wish I'd just bought Dr. Brown's like straight off. They were brilliant for keeping wind out and helping with colic. So obviously the first set of bottles didn't really get used, but that's the only thing I can really say. What's your child's favourite food? That's an easy one. Chili con carne. He absolutely loves it. How many cars does your family have? We did have 2. Craig and I had 1 each. But where we've been doing our house up, Craig's been coming home in the van all the time, and his car was really just either left on the drive or left down the yard, and it just seemed so silly keeping it while we're doing the house up. So at the moment we have 1 car, but we'll probably get another one again once the house is finished. Okay, so weight gain before pregnancy, during, after and now. Okay, so I'm only 5'1". I'm a little shorty, and around 8 stone is kind of a good sort of average weight for me. But when I fell pregnant with Ralph, I was actually at my heaviest, and I was about 1/2 stone heavier than I normally have ever been, and I think I was about 8 stone 10. And then during my pregnancy, I put on about 2.5 stone, maybe a bit more. I had all great plans of eating healthy during my pregnancy, but that all goes out the window because, as you know, when you're pregnant, you're hungry and you just eat everything in sight. But I think once I had Ralph and my tummy went down, I had about 1/2 stone of baby weight that I couldn't shift, but I also had 1/2 stone that I had before I fell pregnant that I wanted to shift as well. So I had about 1 stone in total that I wanted to lose. And I didn't sort of rush to lose weight, but last year, after making all Ralph's like pure food that I kind of made from scratch, I was like, I should really be cooking like this a bit more for us. So I changed how I cook, how I eat, how I sort of tried to reduce sugars. I am going to do a video on what I eat in the day and what I cook and how I lost my weight, so stay tuned for that one. But yeah, when I changed how I ate, the weight has literally just dropped off me, and I feel so much healthier and better in myself, and I'm actually the smallest that I have been since I've been with Craig. I'm back to about 8 stone again now, and yeah, I just feel really good and I feel like I'm back to me again. Dream holiday with your kids? Without a doubt, it's got to be Disneyland, and I'd also love to do like a road trip around America, so hopefully we'll get to do both of those one day. Dream holiday without kids? that has got to be somewhere like Thailand or the Maldives. Craig and I are not married yet, and we never got to do like the honeymoon thing before Ralph came along, so I feel like we've never sort of had that dream holiday, just us. But right now I don't really want it. I wouldn't want to go away without Ralph, but maybe one day. How has my life changed since my baby's been born? Everything's changed. Just as a person you change. I don't know, you're not selfish. You have to learn to be a whole new level of patient. You just have this amount of love for another human being. It's a different love you have to your partner. And it just, I don't know, I feel like life's worth living. Kids are just, I feel like, what the purpose of life is, and everything's magical again. And yeah, it's just the best thing I've ever done. Finish this sentence. It makes my heart melt to see Ralph, I don't know, just be a confident little boy. He's got so much character, and when he just comes up to me and he just gives me a kiss because he wants to, or a cuddle, and just, I love you, mummy, you know, they're just melt your heart moments. And I don't know, sometimes when I just watch him play and just do things on his own, and he's so proud of himself when he does it, it's just, yeah. All you mums know, there's so many melt your heart moments, and I don't know, I'm struggling to pick one. Where do you shop for your kids? Next, next, next. I think Ralph is literally a walking, talking Next model. I do get majority of clothes from Next. I feel like they come up to size, they're really good quality, they last a long time. I do buy from other shops as well, like Primark, Zara, and even from your supermarkets, but I think majority of his clothes do come from Next. Favourite makeup and skincare products? I think my favourite makeup is Bare Minerals. I've been using it for years. I just really like it. I like that it's quite like a natural product. But yeah, that is definitely my favourite. And then my favourite skincare is the Manuka Doctor. I've been using this for quite a while as well. It's really lovely smells, it's great on my skin, and I just love that they're all like quite natural based. Huggies or Pampers? When Ralph was a baby, all I ever used was Pampers, so definitely Pampers. Have you always wanted kids? Yes, I've always wanted to be a mum. It's a lot harder than I ever thought it would be, but the most rewarding and amazing thing I've ever done, so yeah. And the last question is, what's the best part about being a mum? Do you know what, I think it's literally just watching my child grow and seeing him, like, he's turning into his own little character, and I love how he picks up new words and learns how to do something. And I never realised how amazing that would be, to actually watch them grow and develop, and knowing that we're sort of influencing him as well. Yeah, I'm just finding it really amazing when he's growing up. And also the fact that we get to see life through the eyes of a child again, and Christmas and the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy, like everything's so magical, and I love the fact that I could be a big kid again. So there you go, that is all my mummy questions answered. I hope you enjoyed this and got to know a little bit more about me and my family. But I'm going to tag 3 other people now. So I'm going to tag my friend Emily Norris, which I'm sure you've all heard of because she's just got the most amazing YouTube channel. I'm also going to tag Katie from Mummy, Daddy and Me. I just love watching her videos. She edits so beautifully. And my last one is Alex Gladwin, another one of my favourite YouTubers. So hopefully they will all do this and you'll get to hear their answers as well, but I'll also link their channels in the description box below. Other than that, thanks for watching and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye!